Okay, I assume you can hear me. I wouldn't have played with my new toy, my new headset. It was gonna clean while I wore it, and so you could elect not to listen to me jabber. Oh gosh, I'm getting sick of seeing this hair hanging in front of my eyes. I gotta do something about that. Oh, there's films too. I think I'm gonna eat one of these. They're frozen pizzas. I haven't had anything to eat since 7 this morning. Oh, trading one psychotic stuff for another. Um, okay, maybe I'll at least get the dishwasher going. It's not as bad as I remembered. Um, I gotta apply for 2 more jobs, and I didn't even check my email to see if I heard back from anybody. Yeah, I did. I take that back. I did a while back. Um, I wish I could say, but it's Monday. But it's Tuesday. Um, but yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm deathly afraid I won't be able to find anything. Yeah, I will find my slippers. Oh, the pictures. If you're worried about the pictures, they are. I spent some time browsing Adobe stock. There's so many stock photo credits built up. It's ridiculous. And I was looking for stuff that didn't remind me of Leia, but seemed to say something about how I felt about her. So needless to say, I'm completely obsessed at this point. Um, my new toy, the streaming software, the headpiece will die down. But, yeah, I had, and I don't know if you can hear me, I'm going upstairs to look for the slippers. I had a camera set up around the condo, and I found a way to arrange things so that she could view them. I had 3 of them, and she could switch between them. And it wasn't always working. It was working about a third of the time. And she could watch me whenever she wanted to, which is why this is sort of a neat little toy, a substitute for that. Um, if I get a job in the, I don't know if I'll do that actually. I was thinking about having somebody come in and do it professionally, so yeah, it was kind of duct taped together my solution, and somebody could come in and do it professionally, so you could watch it on um, a computer screen projects onto your TV, um, and uh, I could. No, I can't say that. Sitting in front of the TV, changing camera angles with your phone, I can't quite see that. But, the thing is that I go ahead and explain it to him. Um, that yeah, I want her to be able to move these things without them making any noise. Her to be able to hear me and talk if she wants and blah 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 blah. And I don't know how intrusive the cameras would be. And if they're obtrusive, then how do I explain them to somebody else? And if they're not obtrusive, I'm morally obligated, I think, to tell somebody else. Um, anyway, it's something like a global, a hemisphere of black glass hanging from the ceiling, tapped into the electric wire. It silently spins the camera, and I can't see which way it's facing. Something like that, right? But since I have more pressing expenses, um, I like to believe it's the 4 month point after I get a job, who will kick me to actually get in contact with her, or else something that I do to myself. Her, the vibe I get is, Michael, you could, there's just so many ways you could screw this up. Simple. Buy me something, uh, and I'll call and thank you for it, or you can call me and ask if I liked it. And it works. If I get a job making $75,000, it doesn't work as well, but it works. Uh, she's, as far as I know, like I said, she's got some money. So what am I going to get especially if it's jewelry for under $5,000 that she actually want to wear? When she goes to work, she probably modest jewelry so she doesn't stand out. And I hadn't thought of that. Of course, she does. It's probably very high quality, but not in the least bit flashy. She doesn't want to look like she has money at work. Um, so I'll put that in the note. I figured where to work. But that means it has to be right. It has to be right. She loves pink, and she looks great in pink. Pink and turquoise are the only two colors I've seen her in, I think, and including online. And so pink sapphire. And nobody knows what it is. Most people don't know sapphires come in pink. And they cost a little bit, but they get something modest enough for a college professor to wear for 3 to 5 thousand probably. and at the same time have it be, an expensive stone that nobody recognizes. Those pink sapphires are, they're almost as expensive as diamonds. Diamonds are just a look of their own, but they're pricey. And I don't know what qualities make for a good pink sapphire. Probably the richness of the color, and still the clarity of the stone, being able to see through it like it's air, and still the richness of the color. Um, um, I know aquamarines that surprised me. The deeper blue ones are the cheap ones. It's the very pale ones that are expensive. So the question is its setting and cut. And what's it going to be on? You can't get a bracelet with pink sapphires around it. You got to be kidding me, right? And I don't think she'd want a pendant because people notice pendants and people don't notice rings. Earrings, earrings, earrings. Um, just you just studs. Pink sapphire surrounded by 16th of carat diamonds, something like that, right? That would look beautiful on her. I almost want to have that custom made. I've never seen anything even remotely like that. She loves that. Oh my God, she loves that. Because she knows that she looks good in pink. She knows that I think she looks good in pink. She would love that. So, I'm thinking about the stone because it gets pricey fast if you use 16th of a carat diamond and not just diamond dust. Um, Three of those on a side on a hexagonal stone with a bevel. It comes out and then bends up forward and then flattens out. It just bends forward at an angle and flattens out. That's the money. Um, it's big too. Is the problem? It's like almost as big around as the small end of a thimble. Um, oh, I know. Um, a pink sapphire studs, a gold setting, and the gold around the stone is visible. So they're just completely studs. There's a rim of gold around the studs. This kind of looks like a rope the way it's wound. That's a winner. Um, in the card, it'll be so honest. The sticker price is very small. I'll call tomorrow night. I'll tell her that I need help getting over the agoraphobia and if she could eat lunch with me or something similar 8 times over 4 months, then that would be plenty. And also, I wanted to spend time around her again, and if she wanted to do some sort of fewer to make sure she wouldn't get a bunch of phone calls or something like that, she's welcome to. But on my word, she won't. And I can't restrain it. I indulge in it either. I certainly restrain it. Um, I mean, like I told so many people through the fence, the delusion was that she loved me. Um, being honest, the delusion was that she loved me. Um, my behavior was more or less appropriate given how I thought she felt, um, and was doing as well. If you can hear me, get ready to be at least a bit embarrassed. I would crawl around under the house in the crawl space looking for signs of you, of course. And off in the corner under my parents' bedroom, there was this rusted can and discoloration in the sand. And I thought you'd built a little fire down there to eat up a can of baked beans. I told people again and again, if you're involved in one of my delusions, you're doing something you do not want to do. Oh, God. Yes. No boxes, unpack boxes. All sorts of stuff needs to be washed. I feel like I could do this for 7, 8, 9 hours a day for with a few days off for just weeks or months. And I talk to myself, right? So it's just more pressure to be able to do it interesting and appropriate too. And I don't think I told you this. Maybe I have. If I freeze up around you, well, first of all, I'm not going to grab you and kiss you or anything like that. I'm too shy to. If I freeze up around you, I will just talk about how I feel, moment to moment. And if your brow furrows, I'll say, and when your brow just furrowed, I felt. Until the tension passes enough, there won't be long, awkward silences. We discovered that one of the best ways to set people at ease is if you think, God, did he interpret that to mean when you're partying, you make a comment? You think later, like, I'm neurotic. Maybe most people don't do it. And you think maybe 3, 5 minutes later, God, I hope he didn't think I meant to actually approach that person and say, when I said that, afterwards I was worried you thought, I just want to let you know I didn't mean that. That person will feel so at ease with you after something like that. Now, if I know you at all, you spent at least 3 seconds trying to come up with off-color things to say that could be misinterpreted. Oh, God. It's so fun. Being able to lay most of my cards on the table like this, because the others are acceptable, but only in a larger framework. Um, because we're both good at this. You probably don't believe I'm good at this. I'm good at this. You need somebody who's a match for you, right? And you're more than a match for me under any circumstances, I suspect. But it's taking that bent and uh, being honest as opposed to kind of inwardly smirking and softly pushing a button that makes somebody smile the right way. Um, yeah. I'm horrible with that, by the way. The smile making, button pushing. Oh, you like that? I'll do that again. Oh, you still like it? I'll do it again. I'm fucking horrible that way. I've got to lose that weight. I've got to get the Nordic track. I've got to lose the weight. And even without being April, I so want to be the target of desire. I don't even know what it's like. I imagine it's like being your pet or something. But yeah, that's in case you think it's a puffed up no. Um, and most of that in your mind is probably because I'm younger. You saw the picture. You probably weren't watching. I made. Did I make a video of it? I think I made a video of you. Yeah, the one with you at the desk. I didn't have it do a damn thing to your face. That's just you with makeup, with good makeup. Um, so you really, well, you got that ODU shot up, which is a professional shot, but you probably are amazing with makeup. Just because you would be. So you're beautiful when you want to be, I'm sure. The makeup makes all the difference on me. I can dress myself as a woman. I can change my hair, but with the $50,000 of plastic surgery, I don't look quite right until the makeup goes on, and that's impossible to tell. Yeah, one thing I'm considering doing, because I think you want me to, is they're not specifically this, is so I get some money together. It can't be that expensive. It's probably $500 to get my eyelashes tinted just jet black, so I don't have to put on mascara every day. Though I'm getting better and better at it. I barely even have to look. I just open my eye and brush. Um, if you like touch my eyelash, I know what to do. Well, yeah, that happened to you 20, 30 years ago. Um, but the thing about that is, it will always be there, whether I wear eye makeup or not. Because you can tell when I'm wearing mascara, but it's the tinted eyelashes will just be black eyelashes like yours. The lipstick I ordered, it came last night. It's silver, all right, but when it goes on, it's just after lipstick thing. For God's sake, Rivers so goddamn crazy to use that stuff. And so I ordered some more. It'll be here in 2 days. I decided to be sensible and ordered off Amazon to see if I like the look before going for the high quality version of the look. Because, you know, when you spend money on makeup, it does go somewhere. But the first 10 minutes it's on, right? At the very least. I don't know exactly how to phrase it. You can tell if you like the look or not. Gosh. I had some olive oil for whatever. Oh, yeah, yeah. During the uh, first insomnia bout with Adderall in November, December, my hygiene just fell in the toilet and it's crawling out just in the last few days. I started using olive oil again. Um, and apparently, guys get bonus points for that. And uh, it's interesting because my lips feel firm when I press them together, and they give to them. But you know, as well, it's like kissing a coffee cup. Um, they feel firm if I press them together. If I just run the skin along the inside of my forearm, my lips feel softer than the inside of my forearm. Thanks. Gosh, thanks. I only kissed the guy once, and it was extensively, um, but it was just kind of a feeling compared to a woman. I guess because women have soft lips, it's a different experience. A woman kissing a woman must be really something. Listen, if you are there, if you can hear me, if I didn't put the audio input on, please don't read my blog unless you feel an urge to. It's not just a matter of course, because it's degrading. I keep it, I know. I just don't like the idea if you every other day you catch up on my blog. It kind of seizes me up inside in a pained way. Oh my God, I thought something over. Oh God. Oh, I just saw two people in the window. This is gonna get around the wrong way. Um, I'm streaming to YouTube. Look, please, please look, please. Okay, good. Yes. Remember the lasagna? You probably hated it. I didn't understand at the time how much Oriental people hated American food. And yeah, my dad cooked, so my stepmom got used to it, especially the cheese, right? That ricotta cheese probably absolutely turned your stomach. Um, I have two lasagna dishes. You know, one thing I wonder at is because I have looked up on you a little bit. You didn't come here directly and drop into a grad program. I know that now, but you majored in home ec. You can't even get a degree in home ec in the U.S. And then you go to a PhD program, still probably with a Korean husband, first husband, and you get through it. So it doesn't fit there. I guess it was your expectation of yourself growing up at home made you major in home ec so you could find a husband or God knows what. But what I'm getting at is I assume that if we wound up cohabitated or married, that you would cook and I would clean and I just get used to Korean food. From what I hear, Koreans eat fermented bean curds. I'm not sure if it's a popular dish or if it's uh, for occasions, but I don't know how to make that sound non-belittling. It's just an odd choice. Yeah, I never have seen a Korean movie that I liked. I've only seen one though. I've only seen one. And I'm not a big Akira Kurosawa fan either. The stuff Ang Lee did in China is just wow. There's this movie 2046. It's just wow. But uh, I'm sure you can pick something. Just throw one. I remember almost nothing about it except it was interspersed with this. I don't know if there was a voice reciting something, but this guy was banging on a drum in some sort of Buddhist temple, and he'd come on and do that every now and then. Um, I know it makes it sound horribly stupid, but I didn't like it one bit. Um, oh my God! You don't know. You might know. I understand Zen. I don't know about Zen Buddhism. I don't know the first thing about Zen Buddhism, but I understand Zen. I'll give you an example, a cone. Um, hmm. My favorite cone right now is a woman builds a pagoda for a Buddhist monk. She's a Sunnis, and she builds a pagoda for a Buddhist monk. He lives there, and she wonders because he doesn't interact with anybody, and she has a quote a girl rich in desire sent to him, and she kisses him and hangs her arm around her shoulder and says, "What now?" And he doesn't say anything, so she says again, "What now?" And he says something very poetic about the mature oak or something like that. And this girl, rich and lost, goes back to the woman and tells her what the monk said. And the woman goes out to his pagoda and burns it down. I think I struggled with that one more than I did any of the others. Um, but my very favorite is the drama is horrible. It bothers me. The actual story is just so not interesting, but it's my very favorite. Is that there's a Zen Grand Master in a monastery who tells his pupils. He says there was another Zen Grand Master years ago who once, as the new year was approaching, gathered his pupils and told them, "On the new year, I will leave you. I will die." And his pupils thought he was so old that he was senile, and they loved him so much they feasted him every day. And then on New Year's Day, they found him dead. And his pupils say, "Can Zen Master truly do this? Because he can do this and more. I will show you. For on New Year's Day, after the snow stops, I will leave you." They thought he was senile. There's no snow on New Year's Eve. Nothing in the sky, not a cloud in the sky. But when they wake up, there's snow on the ground, and the snow stopped. And they race around and find him in the chapter house or wherever, and he's pacing. And, "Master, are you going?" "Yes, very soon now." "Master, poem. I come from brilliance, and I go to brilliance. What is this?" "Master, we are one line short." Pauses for a very brief moment and triumphantly yells, "Ka!" and drops dead. And the idea is I come from brilliance before death. I go to brilliance after death. What is this? What is life? What is the journey from birth, before birth to after death? And Ka, of course, is a Japanese interrogative. My moment of triumph is the very moment of my death, because he falls dead afterwards. At the very moment of my death, I still want to know. That's my favorite one. I hear that most people can't understand them, and I doubt very much that I often get the consensus among experts. Is in high school, it's the official interpretation. In college, it's the consensus among experts. I don't think I often get the consensus among experts by a long shot, but I always see something there. That can start the discussion. I'm gonna have to log off for a bit coming soon because my pizza's getting cold. I know you don't want to hear me eat with the earpiece in. Um, it's interesting because people have told me, and I see on the internet these, in internet Sprock, these cones will break your brain. But I've yet to see a cone that I could not find something in that felt like truth. And I've even experienced it maybe 4 or 5 times for a few minutes each. Because there's this collection of 101 zinc cones. I think I'm up to like 70 or something. And it has a practical application. It truly does. In a state of Zen, you can contemplate the unacceptable with equanimity. The joke I make is the state of anti-Zen, a moment that is inconsistent with itself. The youngest person ever executed in this country, of course, it happened in Texas. He was 8 years old, I believe. I believe he was retarded. I honestly do. I saw this like in a screen before movies started. I used to flash that stuff up, and it was black clearly. And you got to think that after that rope snapped, they had a moment of anti-Zen. We just able to let, well, that's a body swing from that rope. But the little, the retarded, it was his head to the nose ahead of time, you know. I consider that to be anti-Zen. There's no way they would have let us. Oh, God. He's gonna lift his arm or something, right? Oh, God. Okay, I gotta eat. I'm signing out. I will probably come back in the next 45, 50 minutes. I've already showered today, so I won't use that as a break. And how long can it take me to eat? And I don't, I can do something so I don't feel the least bit self-conscious. Which I don't feel self-conscious like, oh God, somebody can see me. It's like, oh God, somebody can see me, I should be doing something. And that's the self-consciousness. So, I love you.